For decades, we've been trying to jam our digital-first lives into these old analog financial systems. And what's the result? Well, it's friction, it's missed opportunities, and just a whole lot of unnecessary stress. Today, we're talking about a fundamental upgrade. We're going to explore how to design a financial system that actually works with our modern world, not against it. Let's dive in. And that right there is the core idea. It's so easy to obsess over income, right? But the real secret sauce, the real power, lies in the architecture you build to manage that income. See, a strong system can make even a modest income incredibly resilient, while a weak one can make a huge income feel fragile and chaotic. All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to walk through 5 key stages. We'll kick things off with the friction problem in those old school methods. Then we'll get into the brain's really quirky relationship with money. From there, we'll architect a modern digital solution, define the only 2 numbers you really need to care about, and finally, tie it all together to build a truly resilient financial foundation. Okay, so let's start with a system that many of us probably learned about from our parents or even grandparents, the classic envelope system. You get paid, you take out cash, and you literally stuff it into envelopes labeled rent, groceries, taxes. Now, it's built on a really powerful principle, for sure, but in today's world, it's become a relic. And here's the crazy thing, right? The very friction that once made it so effective, that physical act of counting out cash, is now its biggest weakness. I mean, you can't pay for your software subscription out of a paper envelope. That cash is sitting there earning exactly 0 interest, actually losing value to inflation every single day. And if you're trying to scale a business, it's a tracking nightmare. This analog system just can't hang in a digital global economy. Now, what's really fascinating here is why the envelope system ever felt so intuitive in the first place. It turns out it taps directly into this deep psychological quirk and how we all see money. It's a concept called mental accounting, and it's like the invisible wiring that dictates almost all of our financial behavior. So what is it? Well, in short, our brains don't see all money as equal. We naturally, automatically put money into these little mental buckets. And this isn't some flaw in our thinking, it's actually a feature of our cognition. It's how we stop ourselves from, accidentally spending the rent money on a weekend getaway. Think about it this way. An economist will tell you that money is fungible. A dollar is a dollar is a dollar. They're all the same. But your brain? Oh, it completely disagrees. A $1,200 tax refund feels like found money, right? It's a windfall, it's fun money. But $1,200 from your paycheck? That feels sacred. That's already earmarked for bills and essentials. The source and the label completely change its emotional value. So here's the crucial point. This is the fix. Instead of trying to fight this natural tendency, we're going to lean into it. We can actually design a system that uses our brain's built-in desire to label money as a powerful lever for control and automation. We can turn a bias into a massive strategic advantage. And this brings us right to the solution, the digital bucket system. This is where we take that core principle from the old envelope method and we completely reforge it for the digital age. This is how we create a frictionless, automated, modern financial architecture. These digital buckets, you can think of them as sub-accounts that a lot of modern banks offer. They give us 3 game-changing advantages. First, automation. You can set up rules to instantly sort every single dollar that comes in. No more manual calculations. Second, yield. Unlike cash in an envelope, your money can sit in high-yield accounts, earning you more money while it just sits there. And third, visibility. You get a perfect, real-time snapshot of your cash flow without ever having to count a single bill. So what does a basic setup look like? Well, a foundational setup for a freelancer or a small business is actually incredibly simple, but so powerful. All your revenue flows into one main income bucket. Then, from there, automated rules instantly, and I mean instantly, siphon off percentages into a tax bucket, an operating expenses bucket, and, most importantly, a profit bucket. This builds discipline right into your cash flow and takes willpower completely out of the equation. But look, a system is only as good as the instructions you give it, right? To make these buckets truly intelligent, you need to define the 2 most critical numbers for your financial life. We need to forget all the vanity metrics. These are the only ones that actually matter. First up, you have your personal survival number. This is your safety floor. It's the absolute rock bottom minimum you need every month to cover the basics: housing, food, utilities. This is non-negotiable. Then you have your business growth number. This is your growth ceiling. This covers all your operational costs plus the extra surplus you need to invest in scaling up. And the system's prime directive is so simple. Protect the floor before you ever reach for the ceiling. It secures your foundation before it fuels your growth. And this perfectly illustrates a crucial flip in your mindset. The traditional formula is sales minus expenses equals profit, right? Profit is just whatever is left over. But the profit first method flips that on its head. It says sales minus profit equals expenses. You take your profit first. You move a set percentage to your profit bucket. And that forces you to innovate and run your business on what's left. It literally bakes profitability and resilience into the structure of your finances. Okay, so to make sure those buckets never run dry, you have to track your burn rate. And it's simple. It's just how fast you're spending money. Your net burn is even more specific. It's your total monthly costs minus your total monthly revenue. If you're spending more than you make, this number tells you exactly by how much. And believe me, it is the single most important indicator of your financial runway. Let's make this real. Let's say you have $60,000 in the bank and your monthly net burn is $10,000. Simple division, you have a 6-month runway. Now, knowing this number transforms that vague financial anxiety into a powerful, strategic tool. It's not about fear, it's about clarity. It tells you exactly how much time you have to make decisions, to pivot, or to grow. So let's bring all this together. The goal of this entire system, the buckets, the numbers, the mindset, it's all about one thing: strengthening your financial root. It's about building a foundation that can withstand any storm, any season. The core takeaway here is this: we are moving from a high-friction relic to a sleek, low-friction system. It's a structural upgrade that finally acknowledges our human psychology and leverages modern technology to our advantage. It makes your money work for you, automatically, protecting your core needs while systematically fueling your ambitions for growth. Because ultimately, your financial foundation is a living thing. It's either growing stronger or it's withering. There's no standing still. So the final question is, what's the first digital seed you're going to plant today? Maybe it's just opening one high-yield savings account. Or maybe it's setting up one simple rule to move just 1% of your income into a profit bucket. That first step, it's always the most important one.